There, they meet 5-star.
Yes! 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 No! No! No!
The story opens with twin siblings fighting against a god who calls herself the Sustainer of Heavenly Principle. Here the player gets to choose who lives or dies, who gets kidnapped. You choose the brother, the sister gets taken away. You choose the sister, the brother gets taken away. And I choose to play as the bro. As his twin sister gets kidnapped, bro was sealed and transported to an unknown location. Many years later, bro wakes up, separated from his sister, and one day he accidentally fished out a mascot named Paimon, who later becomes his traveling companion and guide. While traveling, the duo encounters a 4-star uselessness Sakura, Ember, and guide both of them to their city. The group then arrives at the Wind Nation, and conveniently a dragon begins to terrorize the city, but bro managed to fend off the dragon and save the city. After the battle, 4-star host-looking wannabe Kaya congratulates bro for saving the city and invites them back to their headquarters. There, we meet 5-star uncensored Jin and 4-star Mama Lisa. They explain the situation, and apparently the dragon is drawing its power from temples. And bro volunteered to help the knights to seize those temples. While taking over the temples, bro learns some history lesson about the dragon. The dragon name is Divalan, and around 500 years ago, Divalan battled against an evil dragon, protecting Wind City. With Divalan being victorious, it went into a long slumber, but when the dragon awake 500 years later, the people had long forgotten the dragon, which led Divalan being pissed and starts dropping crystal poop around the area. Back at the city, bro meets Mr. 5-star $30 million Venti. Bro then shows Venti the poop picked up from Divalan, but unknown to him, the dung was purified. Turns out those crystal poop are actually tears from Divalan, and bro has the ability to purify those tears. Venti then explains that Divalan is being corrupted by the venomous blood from its past battle with the evil dragon, and the Abyss Order, a legion of monsters who holds deep hatred on humans, takes this opportunity to control Divalan and turn the dragon against Wind City. Venti then asks bro to help him acquire a lyre that can purify Divalan, but the item is kept inside Mondstadt Cathedral. Bro tries to sneak inside and steal the lyre, but was outdone by a witch and was seen by a knight, but managed to escape with Venti. They take shelter in the bar and we are introduced to a 5-star "Why are you not coming home?" Diluc, who helps both of them by misleading the knight. Bro and Venti then explain the situation they are in, and Diluc then contacts Jin and then explains the situation to her. Here, we learn their group known as the Fatui appears to be after the Wind God power and thinks the lyre will draw out the Wind God. The group then managed to locate the lyre and retrieve it back from the Fatui. Back at the bar, Venti asks bro to use Divalan tear to awake the lyre power, but appears to be not enough, and asks bro to gather more poop. Bro then goes around collecting poop and purify it into tears, powering up the lyre. Venti then summons Divalan, but the Beast Mage destroys the lyre and has gained control over Divalan, manipulate the dragon in destroying Wind City. Venti then reveals himself as Barbados, the Wind God, and there are a total of 7 gods, with each of them associated with an element and an ideal. With Diluc help, the group is able to locate the Abyss Mage and defeats it. Venti, now able to sense Divalan, heads to its lair. The group then battles Divalan, destroying the poisonous blood clot and liberating the dragon from its corruption, freeing the dragon. Back at the cathedral, they meet a 4-star "I don't have Jin, but you will do for now" Barbara. She arrived to retrieve the lyre, but was devastated after she saw the lyre has been damaged. Though, Venti later fixed it, and all ends well. As Bro and Venti leave the cathedral, they were ambushed by "I thought you'll be playable" Signora, one of the 11 Harbingers, a high-rank member of the Fatui. She attacks both of them and retrieves something called the Gnosis inside Venti, and leaves them for dead. Barbara then wakes up Bro, and Bro then asks about the Gnosis. Venti explains that Gnosis are items that resonate with Celestial directly and grant their respective god divine ability. He advised Bro to visit the Earth Nation and look for the Earth God, as the Earth God will descend down to Earth and arrive at the Earth Nation every year to give prediction, and so happen that year is coming and bids them farewell for now. As the pair leaves for the Earth Nation, they arrive just in time for the Earth God Morax to descend down to their nation and give the year prediction. Though things don't go as planned, as Morax drops down and died. The pair was deemed a suspect and was chased by the guards. Just then, they were saved by a stranger, and the trio then escaped together. The stranger then introduced himself. 5-star, now you're just somebody that I used to know. Tagalia or Charles, a member of the Fatui, and like Sinora, he is one of the 11 Harbingers. Charles then tells them to seek out the Adeptors, powerful beings and protector of Earth Nation, to hopefully clear their name. The pair then travels and meet the Adeptors Mooncarver. They explain about the passing of Morax, but Mooncarver had some suspicions on Bro and asked him to seek out the other 3 Adeptors to explain the current events to them as well. The pair then travels and meets another Adeptors, Mountain Shaper, and explains the Adeptors the same thing. Mountain Shaper tells them to seek the other 2 Adeptors and explain it to them. The pair then meets with the 3rd Adeptors and explain the situation again, and same thing was asked to seek out the next Adeptors. Finally, meeting the last Adeptors after going around like a courier. Bro meets 5-star forever in pain Xiao, but before Xiao agrees to meet with the other Adeptors, he demands to be fed. Next day, Bro meets up with Charles and he introduced them to a 5-star what is Dajing Zhongli. Zhongli is a Wangshen funeral parlor and requests the help from Bro. He explained that Morax is an Archon and also an Adeptors, and that when an Adeptors passes away, a grand memorial will be held. Thus, request Bro service. Dudu and Zhongli visit Boo Boo Pharmacy to gather materials for the funeral. There, they meet 5-star.
Yes! No! Fuck!
Titi requests their help to hunt for a legendary animal known as Coco Goat, and in return will give them the materials they needed for the funeral. But the group is unable to find the Coco Goat. Turns out Titi just wants the Coco Goat milk. Just then, the pharmacy owner Bai Su appears and Charles, who happens to eavesdrop the entire conversation, makes a deal with Bai Su, and they manage to acquire the materials. With the preparation done, the group heads out for dinner as celebration. The pair later gets invited to the Jade Palace after clearing their names. There, they meet 4-star, your character design looks 5-star, Ningguan, a member of Li Yue Qixing, leaders who govern the nation. Ningguan then told Bro that not many outsiders can earn their right to enter the Jade Chamber, but because Bro is the main character, he has the main character pass. Just kidding. It's cause that Ningguan is corresponding with Jin, and she spoke highly of him. She then gave Bro a bit of history about the world, that a battle between gods happened 2000 years ago, and 7 gods who won the battle is in control of 7 different portions of the world. She also hid the Exuvia in the Golden House, at the same time keep an eye out on the Fatui, and plans to draw out one person who she deems as the true suspect for the death of Morax. The pair meets up with Zhongli and informs him on everything. Just then, 5-star Ho to Shoot Ganyu shows up and gave us a backstory on the gods. Here we learn that 5 of the original gods had passed. Venti is one of the oldest and the nature god is the youngest. Ganyu is a mix between human and Adeptors, having Adeptors blood in her. Back at the nation, a Fatui member informed Zhongli that the Adeptors and the Li Yue Qixing are having a dispute, as the Adeptors only acknowledge the contract between the Earth God. Zhongli then returns back to the Wangshen funeral parlor, while Bro heads to the Golden House, suspecting someone is moving behind the scene. Turns out, Chow is in the Golden House and plans to extract the Gnosis inside the Exuvia, but unknown to him, it was empty. Bro and Chow battle, and Bro defeats Chow. Chow then uses his backup plan and revive Osal, an ancient god, to wreak havoc on Earth Nation, and hoping to draw out the Earth God in order to steal his Gnosis. The pair then heads to the Jade Chamber. There, the Adeptors and the Li Yue Qixing agree to put their conflict aside to deal against the coming threat, Osal. They use magic ballista to attack Osal, but the Fatui appear to foul their effort. Though, Bro managed to fend off the Fatui. With Osal left, the group worked together to defeat the ancient god, but their effort was not enough as Osal retaliated back, firing back with his water beam, destroying the ballista. Ningguang then comes up with a brilliant plan to drop the Jade Chamber like a bomb, with all of them focusing their energy into Bro, and Bro transferring their energy into the Jade Chamber. They drop the Jade Chamber onto the Osal and it goes boom, destroying both the chamber and the Osal. With the conflict over, both Adeptus and Liu Yue Qixing come to an understanding that the contract between God and Liu Hui is over, and now is a contract between Liu Hui and its people. The pair then meets up with Zhongli. There, they found Chao and Sinora, and as per contract, Zhongli hands over his Noxus. Turns out, Zhongli was Morax, the current Earth God, and explains that he wanted to retire. So, he fakes his death to determine if the nation can exist without him, and makes a contract with the Fatui, requesting the organization to play a villain role in order to bring the nation together to fight against an evil force, but who step in if things get out of hand. Turns out, all is well. With this, Morax decided to fully take the role of the mortal Zhongli.